All right. Where are we? Okay. Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be continuing our analysis on top to bottom on Denison Mines Corporation DNN. We're doing top to bottom analysis, and this is the second video in our series. In the first video, we identified our zones and our daily zones and our weekly zones. Let's delete this. We identified our weekly zones and our daily zones. We identified our daily zones with these thin red lines, and we even defined this one in it. Yeah. So the blue ones are the ones from the first video, while the red, the black text is text for the current video. So I define the zones, support resistance levels, and a little bit on that. And then so today we're going to be drawing the trend lines. So what's the trend line? The trend line is a line drawn across the chart indicating the general direction that price is moving in, upwards or bullish or downwards bearish. The trend line is drawn by connecting two peaks in the case of a downtrend or two troughs in the case of an uptrend. So let's draw a trend line now. So this is our trend line here. So this is obviously our two troughs or our two bases. This is our daily trend line in that text. This is our daily trend line. I can also draw that trend line like this. This is another daily trend line. So now we've drawn our trend lines on the weekly time frame. Let's go down to the daily time frame to see if there are any trend lines that we can draw. Okay, so what do I see? I can see a bearish trend line from here. Let's see if I can draw it from here. I want to. Seems that if we do like this, seems to let's delete that. It's much more proper from here. Because one of the rules of drawing a trend line is that it should not cut across price. That's supposed to be black. It's supposed to be my weekly trend lines, not my daily trend lines. Oh, I need to sleep. I need to actually go and sleep. This is supposed to be my weekly trend lines. I actually need to get some sleep. I'm clearly not performing at my optimum right now. But we'll sleep later. There's money to be made, bro. So it was time to sleep. But always make time to sleep, shall yeah, after I'm done recording these videos, I'll sleep. For some more. But not before I would. Okay, so you can see a bearish trend line. So what do we now see? You can see that price is caught in a triangle pattern, a symmetrical triangle pattern between the weekly trend line and the daily trend line. Now, typically, based on time frame power, the daily trend line is much less likely to hold compared to the weekly time frame trend line, but that is not an absolute. But still, considering that a symmetric triangle is a continuation pattern, that means that whichever direction price was moving in initially is the direction that price will continue to move. Usually, that means that we are also still expecting price to continue moving bullish, because before price got into this continuation pattern, price was going bullish like this, and now price seems to be doing this. Maybe to still do like this for a bit, but since a triangle pattern is a continuation pattern and the original direction price was moving is bullish, not just to mention that the daily trend line has weaker price holding power than the weekly trend line. We should be expecting a bullish break for the top. The only thing that's making us a little bit worried about this is our all-time high. But the all-time high is always broken. Although it's a strong zone, it's not an all-powerful zone. The all-time high will break. Price will make new records. So yeah, that's it for trend lines. Next, we're going to be doing our trend origin and then our market structure.